Hi Pisces. Alright, welcome to this place if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. So today we will be doing Pisces, you, and Virgo. Happy Libra season, or whenever you find this. It's so funny. There's something about Russia. I don't know, maybe someone feels like, well, I saw it, like, broke down that word just got smaller. It's like, oh, I'll rush ya. Maybe someone feels rushed. I don't know. I feel there's a good energy behind it, but anyway, it just confirmed that we're doing Virgo and Pisces. We have Pisces here, we have Virgo, and then the moon. Maybe some of you have a Pisces or a Virgo moon. So anyway, I just wanted you here while I shuffle. If some of you want to, if you want to make a timestamp to when we actually get into the reading, then that shall be it. But you know, it's always stronger when we work together, right? Okay, so let's actually see what the situation is right now. We're going to choose from two different decks. I was really inspired. I have an awesome homegirl that, there we go, thank you, that inspired this. Is that right? Okay, we have the Assassin. Wow, that's pretty strong. The Assassin, okay. So this card is about conviction. It also represents ruthlessness, but I don't feel like that's your energy. If it is for some reason, we want to be more like Ruth, right? Not be without Ruth. The story of Ruth, what is that about? She's a very patient, understanding character in that story, right? She waited a long time to find her husband, too. Okay. Let's focus for a second. The second section is going to be your opportunity. Okay. Ah, we have the Captain. Very good. Aries also had that. Okay. Awesome. The opportunity here. So the situation is about conviction. Cool. The opportunity right now is about taking up command and teamwork. Let's see what's going on in the, like maybe what you don't see. This has to do with this is in the section of the crowd. This deck's pretty cool. It's like there are different, like concentric circles. The first one that we talked about, the situation, is like the bullseye, if you will. The opportunity is what surrounds that bullseye. The crowd is the further reaching one. Remember, this is what we're taking this as what you don't see. Okay, we have the Walker. Awesome. I haven't received this card yet, and it says the unknown and a journey. Ah, and then we have the Pilgrim, which kind of like emphasizes that journey. I'm making myself a cup of tea. Could you hold on a second? You got some? 333. Now this is getting a little colder, or the seasons are starting to change. Like I like anything that's hot, really. Sometimes I go to extremes, like, you know, I want something that's like really hot, or I want something really cold. Not really much of a tepid person. Unless you go swimming in the rain. That's that one tepid where it's like perfect, you know. Okay, so let's keep moving. Thank you for being open to the flow of this. I feel like we can't really rush life. So what you don't see coming is so, well, I guess you have the unknown here. That's kind of trippy. Let's keep moving. Let's see what's an action to take at this time, or some advice that could be helpful, Pisces. You just saw a clover. And something Ireland, so Russia and Ireland. Ooh. So, okay. So your advice is the adventurer, which talks about responsibility and expectations. Ooh, we also have the painter on the bottom. I love this card. The painter, which is about creativity. Great. So, let's add to these. I've been combining this with the Pulp Tarot, which I really like. It's like we're getting into Halloween season, right? Oh, this reminds me of something else. So the dots are connecting, right? In some kind of way, Pisces. Sorry, I always switch around the camera depending on like where I'm sitting, because I'm always switching it up a little bit. Not extreme, but what's that one? 8 of Pentacles. Awesome. Oh, there's a painter. Cool. Someone practicing. All right, so let's look at the situation, maybe where there's conviction needed, or Assassin is also interesting to me. If we take this, let me tune into this. Thank you. Oh, Ace of Swords. So someone finds the truth. Whoa. This is conviction that is like so... I almost want to look up this word. Conviction. It's like whatever a person's conviction is very, very strong right now. So if this is you... Well, I heard, remember to be Ruth, right? And I saw Baby Ruth. It's like, there's so many layers here. It's like Baby Ruth is like that candy bar, right? That's really sweet. And then wasn't Baby Ruth also like a baseball player? Which he was always really jolly, too. So you want to be jolly in your words, even if they're powerful, like... Let's see into the opportunity. Okay, 2 of Wands. Let's keep going and then we'll go back through, okay? What's the thing you don't see coming? We have 3 here. Are these the ones? Okay, that goes in advice or your action to take. Oh, okay. All right, you have 2 there. What is it that you don't see coming? Holy moly. The Hermit in the Tower. Okay, so some of you have been hiding. Let's put it this way. Those of you, Chariot too. What is this accent? It's weird. Devil. So many majors. Empress. Strength. What? Okay, wherever you've been feeling alone, well, all of a sudden, you ain't alone anymore. You're not alone anymore. Something blows somebody. What you don't see coming is something that's actually like... Well, should you be concerned? What's the action to take? 4 of Wands. Hold on a minute. I need to focus. All right, we're at 9. Oh, you know why? It's Saturn time right now too, so we're needing to feel confident and secure and This is an adjustment time for you. Remember that. October, always, always, especially if you're Pisces rising. This is a time for you to take it one step at a time, and you want to replenish your energy. You couldn't push. You can't really push in this time. It's more kind of about small adjustments, but sometimes big things can happen in adjustment times. And so actually you want to think back to August and then now October. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. What's the situation? Well, someone cut themselves free of something that was hurting them. I don't know when this was, but we're just going to roll with it. Someone cut themselves free of something. They finally gained their power of speech. They gained their power of it's like they got, you know, it's like, oh, cat got your tongue. Like, it's like someone couldn't speak, or they didn't feel like they could say what they needed to say, or they felt like, oh fuck, if I say something it's going to be traumatic or dramatic. It was like this. It was even though they knew the truth, it's like they couldn't, for some reason or another. It's like there was a lot of misunderstanding, and the situation now is where now there's clarity. Now there's confidence. Now it's easy to see the truth. It's like there isn't anything blinding someone, okay? And I feel like a person feels so much more confident, right? When the assassin has the sword, what are we talking about? We're talking about samurai. You know, like this is a person who's gone through much training, and they can work with others. They know how the circle works. They know who they're working with, and they're also work well on their own. I would say that your words are kind of strong magic right now. That doesn't mean that you're not, I heard, allowed to speak the truth or be conscious of what's happening here, but I heard you want to be confident. Maybe Libra's reading will be helpful for you. Oh, it's so good. So, once a person gains this truth and frees themselves from whatever this, because you know what, this could have been, for some of you, this could have been some pretty severe mental, verbal abuse at some point also. Like fights, you know what I mean? Like just, like really cutthroat kind of energy. And I'm really glad that someone gained their strength here. This has a lot to do with your rising sign, if you're aware of that. So that's about you as an individual, right? In our map, technically, the first house is the only house that actually is just you. And so maybe that's something you really want to focus on. Everything else in our map is how we have to deal with, to an extent, is kind of like what and how and why we have to deal with what we have to deal with in relation to that. You know, our siblings, our children, our job, whatever. So please speak nicely about yourself also. Do not cut yourself down. Some of you, maybe that's exactly what it is, because of some kind of verbal abuse or miscommunication or whatever it was before. Like, if any of you get down on yourselves like that, please don't. You know, I just heard someone say, I'm so stupid, or I'm so fat, or I'm this and that. No. I heard Spirit does not want you to talk to yourself like that. That's not the point. It reminds me of the time that Libra cried and was like, whatever it was that's happened to you, that hurt you, the point of those lessons was not to compound the pain, it was to alleviate it. And maybe for some of you, this has to do with Saturn. Interesting. Because what is Saturn? We have to overcome our fear. right? Saturn represents something. We're having an astrological lesson, I guess. Saturn in our map, and I think we're going to make a separate video about this because it's important. It's like Saturn in our map is how we overcome like the illnesses or the difficulties that we have to overcome in life. And apparently someone overcame something, and I'm really happy for that, because you know what happens now. Your reading's going to be a bit longer. I hope you don't mind. You know, you can't have a deep conversation quickly. You know what I mean? So now what we have in ways of opportunity is you actually have Two of Wands, which is about opportunity. Very much so. An opportunity, actually, that could completely change your world. You know, and I feel like a person has a good vantage point. They have an awareness. They have their power, right? The Ace of Swords turns into the two. Hi, Chippy. Hey, sweetheart. There's some kind of anxiety that went away. It's like something chilled out because someone gained confidence, right? Again, the one air became two fire. Hey, sweetheart. Now, I would actually say, since the opportunity is showing me these people shaking hands with the captain, I suppose that, well, there's some kind of agreement that happens. Let's see. Hi, Tippy. Come here, sweetheart. Oh, don't run away. What did we just say there? Don't run away. Oh, I see. For some of you, if you work for somebody else, this can be anybody in your life, but particularly, I just saw an occupation here. It's just like, again, maybe if someone else is the ruthless one, remember, try to use your Pisces, your high vibe Pisces, to be like, okay, well, maybe they're going through something. That doesn't mean you're meant to accept abuse by any means. We're not talking about that. You don't go too far, right? You got to know where you stop and where someone else begins, right? It's called boundaries. Boundaries. I suppose it's also not getting involved in other people's drama also, right? So, interesting. If some of you are wanting something new, then there's definitely an opportunity for that. And ways of working together with other people, having this, I actually, if I just look to this as it is, it's like, if you're in a bad situation, it's just going to get worse. If you're in a good situation, then things are going to change, like, so positively. If it's negative, it's going to, oh, Jupiter retrograde. If it's negative, it's going to be negative. And more so. If it's positive, then it's going to be positive. So both of these are happening at the same time to some extent. Stress and whatever, right? So I feel like you really want to be conscious of what the positive is and make sure that you are putting energy into that. And I feel like you want to make sure that you're looking at things, again, I see positively, because there are some things that you don't know. And I feel like whatever this journey is in the future, whatever this journey from one place to another, it's 19 minutes even, there's the sun. It's very positive, and I almost feel like it is going to shake some of you out of this hermit zone. It's going to shake you out of, like, maybe a place of aloneness. Shake you, and I see again, shake you out of your comfort zone. You know, so what does that look like? You know, for instance, some of you have been solo for so long in some way or another that now all of a sudden, again, this captain is about two people coming together and agreeing. It's about even a team, like, you know, this collective energy coming together that's really positive. Four of Wands, again, is about collective, multiple energy coming together. And actually, the Two of Wands becomes the Four of Wands. Interesting. This could also be some kind of spiritual awakening for some of you too. Like, I don't know if it's, I would assume you hear this isn't your first go around. So this could be another really high, I heard really high leveling up. Maybe some of you go on like a pilgrimage, or this is the kind of journey where there's somebody's going on a pilgrimage. Interesting. But it's not an alone thing. Usually, like, if someone's going on, like, a spiritual journey, it's like a solo thing. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I'm going to go into this own little world. I'm going to go to this ashram, or whatever you call it. Like, I'm going to go to this place all alone and, like learn and heal and this and that. It's like, I feel like some of you have already been in that for a long time. Some way, somehow. Not that there aren't other people in your life, but there's something where it's been more... Saturn must have, like... put you in a, it's like it was in like a safety zone. Now it's wanting you to come out, and the new spiritual step, if you will, has to do with other people. And this could be something that's like really big. So interesting, very interesting. Okay, you know what the Hermit and the Tower reminds me of is like when a person lives alone for like a really long time, right? They get their own little space, to put everything in their own place, like everything is the way that it is. It's like there's this is me, this is who I am, this is where things go. It's like, okay, well, say another person comes and lives in that space, or you now cohabitate or something like that. Like that kind, it feels like that kind of energy where something again has been very much like this is that, and it's just kind of ruled by one person. Well, now there's something oh, interesting. It goes both ways. Oh, you're such a sneaky little fish. For some of you, it's where you have to go on this individual journey. If you have not been doing this, this is where you're going. If you've been in that space where you've been hermiting and more singular and solo and in this aloneness energy, the Alonderful festival, and that was the point of it, is to find the wonderful in the alone, then what happens is now spirit some way, somehow, again, is shaking. Either way, it's shaking a person out of their comfort zone. Out of their, again, I see aloneness. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, I get it. It's the nodes, too. It's the nodes, if you're aware of that. In the sky, for instance, the North Node is in your sign, Pisces, right now. So wherever Pisces is in your map, they're, in some senses, you're going to be driven to go to you're going to be driven to go to this place. There's going to be something that, like, is kind of pushing you and letting go of, I keep seeing it, like letting go of this aloneness. Maybe some of you that comes from your family, maybe there's definitely something of letting go. It's this rune. Can you see that? That one? It's that rune. I don't remember the name of that one right now. Blue Jay. Oh, some of you, something happened with family that made a person feel like the things they said, the words they use, the communication, it's like I heard that sentence was just like, how can it be that I'm a lonely fish in the sea? You know what I mean? And I feel like even when a person is so loved and so surrounded by all these people, sometimes there's something in them that like tweaks their ability to have confidence and comfort. And I see that clover again. It's like, because you know what, whatever this journey is where it ends up leading you is to the Four of Wands and the Adventurer card. So there's some kind of responsibility around home. I guess this could be around family for some of you. I guess part of the action to take is also to look at the expectations that you have in your family right now, in relation to family. I guess this could be, say, if you're married or something, this could be where, although this card's really positive, so like I feel like these are positive expectations. That word's a little tricky though, right? Now, I guess everyone handles everything differently too, right? Because this last circle, the wider circle, in relation to this adventurer card, is like everyone goes about it differently. So whatever you're going through, you're allowed to go through it in your own way. You're allowed to go about it in your own way, approach it in your own way. And actually, the whole situation starts with, some of you are, this assassin with the sword card is really a person, it's almost like where a ninja becomes a samurai. You know what I mean? Where like, someone doesn't need someone else to tell them what to do. They just do it. They know what to do. They're trusted. They're reliable. They're, I see again, trustworthy. They are worthy of trust. And this is you, and I see this is what you want in your life, right? And actually, whatever the opportunity is right now, I really feel like it's a wonderful opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity. It changes your life completely, too. Like, it really, really does. It could change you so highly, spiritually. I really can't express it. It could set you out on, like, a really, some kind of different, like, it's a new path. Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, my God, this journey energy is so strong for you. Hello, Raven. What is Raven? Oh, that's a crow. That's a raven. Ravens are like twice as strong as a crow, right? They live twice as long. They have twice as much, if not 3 times as much, communication ability and expression. So there's some kind of advancement in something, and this is pretty huge because something doubles too. And wherever this is leading you, however you're taking this, it's totally leading you to a place that is to comfort, to fun, to maybe, for instance, you know how you've expected things from other people? You know, expectations, again, great expectations. You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, well, I expect you to do this. It's like that can be really fundamental, but sometimes that's not always fulfilled. And I feel like this is more of the past. Maybe people, again, have said things and didn't do them, so there was a breach of trust. And maybe, for some reason, actually, for some of you, if the trust issue is too big or too shaky or whatever, like in yourself, you can't trust yourself, then for whatever reason, a person could actually miss a really wonderful opportunity. Either way, it puts them on the path, but I don't want you to miss this opportunity. Let's see what's in between here for good measure. The Chariot. I'm telling you, I keep seeing this card. Please don't be afraid of moving forward. Okay? Whatever this next step is, because it's pretty huge strength. Yes, I feel like that's all that it's doing, is bringing you strength. And I suppose you would need it for this, right? To wield the Ace of Swords, that's a big sword. That's a lot of power, and again, that goes with great power comes great responsibility. So you want to know what your decision-making process is within it, your position within the situation, and understanding where, for instance, for some of you, you have to say goodbye, and you're like, you know, you're just like, okay, that's the opportunity is to let go, and either way, I guess that's happening regardless. But in say like there's, how do I explain it? There's a letting go regardless of something that is non-physical. For some of you, it will end up being a physical thing, but that's because it's something that you are afraid of. It can go into this world. Now, the thing is again, if the confidence is here and the conviction is strong in yourself, you are clear in yourself, then there is no big, I mean, a person might want to sleep on something before they go to the next step, because it's something that is, they understand how not to be dramatic, right? Blue Jay. And whatever this, and I feel like this has a lot to do with the past for some of you. Shush. Whatever this opportunity is, this Two of Wands, it changes your whole world. And with the sun coming out with that, again, it kind of emphasizes that this is a very positive thing. But I would say, regardless, it's going to be a little bit scary. Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's kind of like, am I ready? Nine of Cups. Yeah, do you feel ready? Do you feel good about it? Ta-da! I like her. Oh, Aries had this. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. So many birds. They always flock around me once I stay in a place long enough. Wow. Huh. Cool reading, Pisces. High Priestess. What's she smiling at? Oh, the Hierophant. And the Ace of Wands. So Spirit wants you to be strong. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Spirit wants you to be strong. Feel strong. Trust yourself. Okay? And you know what, this I don't know energy definitely is kind of like, I don't know how it's all gonna pan out way down the line. No, you don't, you're right, and that's okay. That's what makes it fun. I heard, did you worry when you were a little kid? Yes, I want you to be this Queen of Wands. Awesome. King of Swords. Yes. Seven of Wands. So powerful. All of these characters are so strong, so confident, so clear, so creative. They're not afraid. They're not afraid to do something different. They're not afraid to try something new. They're not afraid to not have the answers to something. If anything, it makes it kind of fun. I mean, this isn't floating energy, though. I need to emphasize that. This is not just like, la-di-da-da-da. I'm not thinking about anything that's needing to be thought about. This is where it's like, it's kind of Jupiterian energy where it's like, all right, I know everything's going to be fine, but I also know Saturn, one of your, that's, you have to look to that. It's like, yes, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, absolutely, Chariot. Yeah, you consciously looking at where you'd like to go, where you're trying to go, and, you know, I feel like some of you, wherever you have fixed energy, that's what's changing. That's what's changing. Maybe some of you are a fixed rising sign, or you're fixing something in you that's, and it's changing. It wants you to change because, and try, again, I see try something new. Look at this. I love this Justice card. She's so badass. You know, it's like, I heard you don't have to pretend to be anything that you're not, you know. You don't have to prove anything. It's not about proving anything. I mean, you could, really, I guess you could prove it to yourself if you want to. And actually, maybe for some of you, this, again, with Justice coming out, with the Sun, with that card of teamwork and the Captain, I really feel like this is the way that you're meant to go to bring you strength, to bring you wisdom. And I feel like some of you may be a little bit shy as you go along. Five of Swords, maybe. But I feel like that shyness more comes from before. Again, when a person was too afraid, Seven of Swords, to speak their mind, and they would stay in situations that were unhealthy and cruel. Because they didn't know what love was yet. You know, maybe it was the way that they were loved when they were a kid. I don't know. It was complicated, you know, or the way their exes loved them or something like that. But apparently something's been fixed in this situation. Some kind of karma has been paid in relation to old relationships, which, like, unstuck something. It unstuck something and gave a person a whole new prerogative and some kind of peace in themselves so they can figure out more of their ability that they have to create, like, them, to create themselves in this life. 3737, right? It's like flowing with the change and understanding you have ability to conscientiously choose within that. Empress. Absolutely. So I guess for some of you, a piece of this could be if, and I know we're talking a lot of Pisces, so we'll just take it astrologically, naturally. Any mutable energy is very flowing. It doesn't always think about the future. It kind of is just in the moment, and that's a really beautiful thing. We need to live in the present. It's a great place. What if we died right now, right? Be happy. But the point is that sometimes thinking about the future can be sketchy. Like, for instance, say you have something that's hard, like Saturn in a mutable, or, you know, or you have a lot of mutable energy. It's going to want you to think more about the long term, right? A part of you is that fluidity, and that's so important. But that can also cause a spinning energy that, you know, this life, again, is meant to just love it as it is. But you're also allowed to well, I guess a part of this is some of you are also trying, I feel like this is, something is really changing for some of you, and I feel like it's like changing your mind, you know what I mean? It's changing your connections with people and finding the right ones, and there's more, you know, and if any of you who are in, like, for instance, if that Tower energy has been strong for you, it's like this Walker energy with the sun behind the clouds and these birds flying, like, what you don't see is how beautiful it really can be. So I heard, please feel worthy I think that's a part of it. This devil keeps showing up with the Judgment. It's just like feeling worthy, I don't know, of love. Feeling worthy of feeling worthy. I heard feeling worthy with a little sprinkle of humility. You know, like, interesting. I really feel like Libra's reading could be helpful for you, especially in ways of wherever there's a little bit of confidence, and also in ways of how to go about achieving your dream, you know, your wishes and dreams and desires. And maybe for some of you, fire energy, a fire person, fire energy, fire could help you to achieve some of your bigger dreams, you know. Because I almost feel like that handshake energy that was there, however these other people are coming through, and I see these, we're not talking about fools, we're talking about good folks, and that is really shifting something. Now you have the Ace of Cups and the Strength. This is so much love and so much peace and so much, like, yeah, creativity. Nine of Cups and the Magician. You know, what are you trying to create? You know, I want you to really sit with that. Because once your heart feels like something wakes somebody up. Like, it's like a person wakes up. And you know what? For those of you who have been single, I'm telling you, it's like that is so... wherever this comfort solo zone is, it is so shifting. It's like, nope, you're going right towards everything I heard that your heart and soul desires. So I want you to feel confident about that, no matter where you are in that stage. Okay? Didn't we talk about this in... when was it? August? Where it's like the physical world is important. You're allowed to have these things... like, you're allowed to... You're allowed. You are, yes. You're ready for something. You know. And you're able. Look how happy she is. Alright, that's enough. I love you so much. Yes, Knight of Cups, I love you so much. Please take care of yourselves, and thank you for being a part of this place. Any of you are still here, you're so happy to be able to connect. So happy where you have faced your fears and overcome, you know, found your truth and spoke your truth and addressed your stress and moved through those places, especially in your mind, right? Especially in your mind. Found your power again, Emperor, yes. Also see there's like a male family member. It's also really significant here. Someone who's older than you. They might even, somebody maybe even that's already passed on. Okay. I love you so much, Pisces. Thank you for your support, however, wherever you share your love and kindnesses. Always a pleasure. I hope this was of service, and I'll talk to you later.